There is also evidence of a massive cover-up with respect to 9/11 itself. The official 9/11 report, tightly controlled by the White House, amounts to little but a gigantic cover-up. When combined with the confiscation of videotapes, audio tapes, black boxes, and other evidence by the FBI, it is clear that regardless of who was responsible for 9/11, the subsequent cover-up was itself a conspiracy involving elements of the White House and the intelligence establishment. Remember, Richard Nixon wasn't undone by the 2-bit break-in at the Watergate, but for the cover-up. Bill Clinton wasn't impeached for his sexual encounters with Monica Lewinsky, but for stretching the truth when asked about it. Scooter Libby isn't in jail for leaking Valerie Plane's identity, but for lying about when he learned about it. Martha Stewart didn't serve time for insider trading, but for not telling the truth about it. Now, is there anyone who believes the Bush administration has always told the truth about 9/11? Well, this raises the question, if the Bush administration had nothing to hide, why did they hide everything? Were they covering up guilt or incompetence? If it was incompetence, why was no one demoted or fired or court-martialed or even reprimanded? And if they were protecting guilty parties, were they Saudis, Pakistanis, Israelis, Americans, all of the above? And why on earth aren't the people's representatives in Congress asking these questions and demanding answers? The American people have still not been told who was really responsible for 9/11. Dedicated researchers have proven that it could not have happened the way the Bush administration said it did. I mean, hijacked airliners do not fly around for an hour and 40 minutes without being intercepted, unless our air defense system was deliberately sabotaged. Steel skyscrapers do not implode and fall at free fall speed because of a kerosene fire. And Building 7 wasn't even struck by an airplane. Heck, steel buildings don't collapse because of a kerosene fire at all. Now, can we have the DVD? Some of you may have avoided seeing anything about Building 7. This is just one of hundreds of unanswered questions brought up, things that weren't dealt with by the 9/11 Commission. Yep.
More on the latest building collapse in New York. I heard a few months ago it was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing. And
it's Building 7.
Apparently that's only a few hundred yards away from where the World Trade Center towers were. And it seems that this was not a result of a new attack. It was because the building had been weakened during this morning's attack. We'll probably find out more now about that from our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. But New York,
there it is.
The city is still in chaos. The phones are not working properly, the subway lines are not working properly. And we know that down there near the World Trade Center there are 3 schools.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
2001, Larry A. Silverstein, who already owned World Trade Center 7, signs a $3.2 billion, 99-year lease on the entire World Trade Center complex 6 weeks before 9/11. Included in the lease is a $3.5 billion insurance policy, specifically covering acts of terrorism.
PBS has a documentary called America Rebuilt, in which Larry Silverstein, the landlord of Building 7, explains what happened.
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander. So they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. As it was, like 6 terrible loss of life.
Can't hear
It's
it.
all right.
They made that decision to pull, that we watched the building collapse.
That was him telling them they made a decision to pull the building. Here it is. If you haven't seen Building 7 come down, what does that look like?
Squibs.
Controlled demolition, anyone? By the way, do you see the fires? No. Are the floors pancaking? No. It collapses in the middle and then all comes down.
And he took out a $3.5 billion insurance policy on it just for terrorists.
Okay. Now, this is one of many, many things that 9/11 truthers point to as a smoking gun. That they say proves 9/11 was an inside job. But even if they're wrong, even if the Bush administration's official conspiracy theory was essentially correct, the American people would still need to know why our multi-trillion-dollar defense establishment was unable to protect even their own headquarters from an unarmed aircraft. The truth about 9/11 is that after 6 years, we still don't know the truth about 9/11. And we should. I am therefore appointing a new and truly independent commission to investigate 9/11. It will have oversight by a few of you in Congress, by Senator Max Cleland, by Dr. David Ray Griffin of the 9/11 Truth Movement, by Karen Breitweiser and Mindy Kleinberg, representing the families of victims, and by Sybil Edmonds and other whistleblowers in the FBI. They will have full subpoena power, will examine all the evidence, even that which seems to contradict the official story, and will have no predetermined conclusions about who the conspirators were. There have been all too many Pearl Harbors, Gulfs of Tonkin, 9/11s, and Reichstag fires. We must make it absolutely clear that the truth will out. Never again must we allow this nation to be stampeded into war under false pretenses.